Ladies, gentlemen, gentle folk of all around the
Yes,
interwebs,
sir.
Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, whichever platform you're on, you're welcome here to the Catch a Glimpse podcast. We're here for another episode.
Good day.
There's a
Episode
difference.
43, possibly, maybe?
There's a
This is
difference.
episode 43. You're correct.
Yeah,
Nice.
there's a
Let's go.
difference on your screen if you're watching on YouTube. We have Frankie's setup at home.
Frankie is set up at Glimpse headquarters, aka my basement. I'm at our home set, and I am set up with a very scuffed podcast setup. My
It's
camera
as
quality
best
is
as you
not
could
good,
get it
but
at the time that you have.
it's as good as I can get it, and it's gonna work. Oh, that's my leg. Don't show your leg on camera. All you Spotify listeners, go check out my leg.
Yeah.
Timestamp. Somebody put that up there.
Yeah, we'll let
Anyway, yeah, I'm home for the weekend for this week's podcast. I'll be back in the Green Bays for next week. But
Yeah, for sure.
I'm excited to be here, guys. I'm glad we worked this out.
Hey,
Let's go.
we've had, I don't know if we want to talk about it, but we've had conversations recently, these past couple days. Is there anything we want to indulge on letting the people know who do listen to the Catch a Glimpse podcast?
I think there's some things, but we don't have to give it all away.
Right.
Yeah, I think because, we're still a couple weeks out from when whatever, it is will be announced. So for now,
Yeah.
just know, and, you podcast, Spotify, iTunes, YouTube people that do this podcast with us, you'll know that something's coming soon. Everybody else, it's going to be crazy.
Just know
Yeah.
there's a change, and it's for the betterment of the future.
There's a lot of changes that Glimpse is going to be making to try and improve what Glimpse is. And I don't know. I know we've talked about taking a break from the podcast. I don't know what episode that's going to start here. It might end up being sooner than we had initially said, based on our plan here. But I know the goal was to get to 50 before we break for our eventual season 2 coming out.
Correct. Yep.
So we'll see if it's still 50 or if it's a little bit sooner. But there's changes coming to the podcast. There's changes coming to YouTube. There's changes coming to different platforms that we're more excited to get more involved in. And it's going to be great. And there's a lot of changes that need to happen because of plans that are around the corner.
You want to
So we'll
indulge
see.
on these plans that you're to speak of?
Well, here's the thing. Frankie may or may not be here for a while with the boys.
Yes.
And Frankie got a summer internship offer with the Peninsula Players Theater in Dork County,
Ooh.
Wisconsin, which is about 2.5 hours north of where we live. So I may have to miss the whole summer of Glimpse videos. So the idea is to do the podcast when we can, when I can. But the other two guys have a whole new plan, whole new thing that's going to be changing. That's going to be great. It's going to be a question if I'm going to be there or not. You might see some new guests in videos in the near future.
Definitely.
And I'll make an appearance when I can. But after that is done, I'll be back. Frankie will be around. Don't worry, guys. I know my fans are going to miss me.
Don't worry, we're not replacing Frankie. We're just taking the
Oh, thank
Frankies that
God.
we have at home.
I
Like,
was
we have-
worried you're going to replace me.
It's like, hey, can we get some Frankies on the way home? We have Frankies at home. That's
Yeah.
basically what we're doing.
There's nothing
So-
better than Frankie's at home.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
I would like to jump in to first topic that we have here. The Bucks seating, Keaton. I would love to know more about this. I have actually
Ryan,
no idea.
I would love for you to talk about this because you brought it up, Ryan.
Yeah.
Please go ahead.
Yeah, Ryan.
What-
Go
what
ahead.
do you
Ryan,
think?
tell us
Basically-
everything you know.
Yeah. So every year, the Bucks, they walk in the forest, right? They've got to plant their essence, and
What does that mean?
they, I wasn't really warmed up on the idea
Can I
of
get a pause?
breeding.
I have a personal consultant off
Oh.
camera right now. I'm going to ask for a Google search on what planting your essence means.
Yeah.
We'll get back to you on that.
Yeah.
Ryan, go ahead.
So yeah, I wasn't very brought up the right way. So my idea of breeding is you got your little seed and
What?
you plant it in the ground, and that's what bucks do. So that's how you recreate more bucks. That's buck seeding.
My consultant has looked at me dumbfounded, and has no answer. But that's your story from Ryan based on Bucks in the wild and how they
That's
reproduced.
Yeah,
crazy.
basically.
Ryan, we were talking about the sports basketball
Yeah,
team.
basketball.
Oh,
You know, like hoops
okay.
and
That
stuff like that.
So I
yeah,
guess we're going to talk about the basketball playoffs.
that makes
First,
more
shout out
sense.
Lakers for not making it.
Yo, and hey,
Sorry guys,
roll back to episode whatever it is, 20 something.
yeah.
I didn't specifically say Lakers weren't going to make it, but I told you how dookie that team was going to be, and it's true. So,
Mans was
just saying.
right. But hey, Keaton, give us a little in-depth tour, if you will,
So,
of how the Bucks are looking for the playoffs.
so there's two perspectives on this. There's where we're standing, and then there's like what as like a player or a viewer you like see in the game.
Mhm.
And right now we're second seed, so of course insanely good. We're just behind the Heat. We had a couple games where like crucial players out. I forget which game it was, but we had like literally every starting player out. Giannis was out, Drew was out, Chris was out, and Lopez was out. And so, you know, games like that are going to happen, especially this close to the end of the season, and you got to rest players, especially now when we're so close.
Mhm.
But we are ahead of the
This is-
Celtics right now.
This is a lot different than what I thought Bucks seeding meant.
Oh, totally different.
Yeah, this is whoa. Okay, I went way left field. All right,
Okay.
go for it.
So we're second, you know, in our division right now, and we're ahead of the Celtics. And it's if you don't know how the playoff bracket works, it's first team, first seed goes off against eighth seed or eighth team.
Mhm.
So like right now it stands Heat at number 1, and then 8 is Cavaliers. And so the other night, it was like a really crucial game in determining who the Bucks would be playing. And there's still variation, of course, because there's still games to be played. We have one more game to play. But right now, it looks like we're going to be, because we're second seed, the Nets are seventh seed. So it looks like we'll be playing the Nets. And, you know, it kind of stinks because it could go either way. If the Nets lost their last game, then we could have been facing the Cavs, which we would have destroyed the Cavs easy. And then if we actually drop down to third place, we could be facing the Bulls. And again, we smash the Bulls every single time we play them.
Nice.
So it's kind of unfortunate how we're actually like in a better seeding, but going to be facing arguably a harder team because the Nets, like, really good start, shaky mid, and then they got Kyrie back, and then it's just goes from there. So,
Wait. You're telling me the same Nets team that we kicked out of the playoffs last year? Nah. Run it back. Run it back.
it would be nice if, you know, if either the Cavs were in seventh and then we face them, or if we do drop just to face the Bulls.
Mhm.
But I don't know like the specifics on like if the Nets win their next game or lose their next game, and if XYZ team wins or loses, where we'll be at. But that's just interesting to see. Otherwise, then looking at it from like an outside perspective, the Bucks, it like we're winning against good teams. Like we are still, you know, winning against these high profile teams, but not by like a lot. And I'm not saying that we need to win by a lot, but then there's some lesser teams that sometimes we falter on. And you know, some games, you know, let's say Giannis is out or Drew's out, and like that game where, you know, 4 players are out. It can
Yeah.
be pretty shaky. And I'm not saying that we're in a bad spot because we've had we've had the hardest second half of the season schedule wise, and we're still second seeded team.
Still number 2.
So, like, we're in a good spot, but we really have to, and we've had a couple signings, so we really have to work on, I think, personally, working on rotations and kind of weighting the pressure off of our starting bench players. And
Mm.
you know, that's kind of how it was last year as well, where it was we have our main players. We had Drew, Chris, Giannis, and Brooke, and then it was kind of we had to get into tip top shape in terms of letting someone get a rest, going back out there and putting their 100% effort. Right now, it's kind of you can see it in a couple games when Giannis was out. Not that we're Giannis dependent, but you can tell a huge difference when we don't have him.
For sure.
So we definitely need to kind of look into this, and I hope. I mean, I know Coach Bud is because he's a good coach, and especially when this gets into playoff season, then it's something we really got to work with because that's going to be a lot of games back to back against again really good teams. So I think we still got it though. Like I'm saying,
Of
it's going to be
course.
back to back, and it's
Can
going to be
can I
crazy because it's probably going to be against the Suns again.
Gotta
So
put another
can I,
ring on, you know?
can I just say I'm 5% happier after that speech?
let's go.
For sure. Yeah.
Eh,
What a
If
callback.
you guys don't know that reference, go watch last week's podcast where Keaton made us all 5% happier. But I couldn't agree more that we're gonna run it back, and it's kind of when you talk about being Giannis dependent, that is scary because you look at the Packers and how dependent Aaron Rodgers was on Devontae Adams. You look at the
Hmm.
NFC or
Mm-hmm.
the playoff game this past January, where he was so dependent on Adams, even when he didn't need to be.
Who do you think
He
he's
was
gonna lean
forcing the
on this
ball to him.
season?
Um, I've said it. I think Randall Cobb's gonna have 1,000-yard season.
I can see
I
that.
honestly think so.
How
And
old is Randall Cobb? Is he like still? Would
32.
you say in his prime?
No.
No. Hmm. He's
yeah,
gonna have to make a new buddy. I
I
feel like.
I don't want to like discredit, anything that like Drew or Chris is doing by any means cuz like
Hmm.
Drew this season has been absolutely like crazy. Being like that pretty much team leader in terms of picking up any position that he's got to play. So
Yeah.
he's been really good and you know Chris will still drop like 40 points and so he's still like nuts. It's just there's a little like fine-tuned tweaking that we got to do. And so
Yeah, I get you.
same thing with like the Packers. It's kind of that same thing where it's like it was a for the Bucks it was a lot of signing and waving and signing, and now for
Mhm.
the Packers it's a lot of people gone, new people, and figuring out where everybody kind of fits.
Yeah, we're in the rebuild stage right now. We're rebuilding the team for next season. We got the NFL draft coming up soon, end of April here. Looking to get some new receivers on the team, another defensive pass rusher, something like that. But we know this team's gonna be it's gonna be a good team. The Packers are always gonna be good. They're gonna be competitive. It's just gonna be a question how it looks down the road because we look at the Packers team every season. Doesn't matter how good they are during the regular season, they always find some way to mess it up in the postseason. So that's the only time we got to be good. We just got to get there. Um,
I want to bring up because I might be doing a speech on this. I'm not sure, but I
Mm.
want to
here we
bring
go.
up the NFL because I even mentioned this to Ryan a while back in a podcast. But the NFL versus NBA playoff schedule. I think the NFL playoffs are so dookie compared to NBA. Just in
Why is that?
terms of weeding out who's actually good and who's
Oh,
not.
like the bracket.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
it's so bad. And I feel like because you'll have a team, not saying that the Rams or the Bengals were bad throughout the season, the regular season,
Hmm.
but you can't look at, I bet I could go to the Rams and the teams that they lost against, aka, hey, one's us, and you can't say because of one game where we lose or one game where one other team loses that they're then completely better than that team. Just having
No.
it be a one and done makes it so easy for there to be misconception of like who's actually the Super Bowl winner when it's just one game that you have to play.
So you're talking about you want in the playoffs like a losers bracket.
A losers bracket, maybe even it would be tough because again, I get football's contact sport, a lot that goes into it. But I don't know, maybe best of threes. That could be a really long playoff. I'm not sure, but something better than this, I think.
Yeah. No, I get you, and I know you touched on it, but football being the kind of physical sport that it is prevents it from having a longer season. Having more games, longer playoffs, that sort of thing, based on injuries and different things like that. Because like, how many times a week do you see a guy towards ACL? There's like 3 a week,
Right.
every week in the NFL. Um,
Just don't get hurt.
and yeah, sure, right? Like, again, I don't follow a lot of sports as closely, quite, so I can't say that football has the most injuries because I know every sport has an injury, but I don't know the severity of it or if
Hmm.
people are tearing ACLs everywhere. Um, but I don't know. Yeah, no, I wish that there was a better way of doing it because it really sucks that it's one and done. But we did see a change in overtime rules for the playoffs.
Yeah.
What are they? I'm not
Both
aware.
team. So before, whoever team got the ball first, if they scored a touchdown, it's over. But if
Right.
they score a touchdown, now the other team will get a try to score points or score a touchdown and
Oh,
keep the game going. So both teams will get a possession, no matter what,
okay.
which is a good change,
So
I think.
what if one team, the team that receives, gets a touchdown, the other team gets it, and they get a touchdown? Does it go to OT2?
Yep, it keeps going, and then the next points win.
Okay, that makes
So the
sense.
next team could get a field goal, and that'll count.
Okay, yeah, I think
Yeah,
that's better than what it was before.
I totally agree. That Bills Chiefs game probably would have never ended last year, though.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's the game that
Yeah,
changed the rule.
Yeah,
So
and again, that's like you can't tell me that just because the Chiefs beat the Bills in how close that game was, like that to me
yeah,
is not it.
yeah, no, I totally get it. But while we're on football right now, I just want to say a big rest in peace to Dwayne Haskins, quarterback of the Steelers. Was struck by a car today and passed away, unfortunately. Sad to see a good young talent like that, lose his life in such a way. But
did they
praying
say
for him,
if it
praying for
was
the family.
like a drunk thing or was it just
No,
an
yeah, I
accident?
don't know. There's no details out yet, but
Okay.
I don't even know if he was driving or if he was just, you know, hit by a car. I don't know.
I saw him play once at a
In
Packers
person.
Redskins game.
Nice.
Yeah.
You mean the Washington Commanders?
Yeah,
The
that too,
Washington
that one.
Commanders.
That's the
Wow.
new
The-
team, man. That's the new team
Which
name.
I mean, that's a good name. Um, but they still got to do like logos and stuff.
I don't think it's a good name.
No?
It's better, of course.
It's
Not a
better,
very low bar
you
to
know.
pass, but
It's better than football team.
yeah.
Like,
What would you make their name?
um, I saw one floating around at the very beginning. Um, and it was the Red Tails, which was a homage to an African American Air Force unit in World War II
Yeah.
Mm,
called the Red Tails, and I thought that'd be really good. I thought it was a great name.
that's pretty cool.
Keep the yeah, I like it.
But
I like
hey,
it.
yeah, let's combine two of our favorite things, guys: sports and video games. We're moving to esports. Call of Duty. Haven't talked about it all year really yet. We kind of touched on it a little bit at one point. We're through two majors. Optic won the first one. LA Gorillas won the second. LA Thieves started good. That's my favorite team. Now they're looking pretty dookie. Optic didn't show
No.
up well at Major 2. We're at the midseason mark. It's like a whole month without professional Call of Duty. And I'm sitting here like, why do we have to wait this long for them to play again?
Need warm ups, dude. You gotta adapt to strats, adapt to the game's updates with the new weapon changes. I mean,
That's fair.
probably mostly that.
I
Yeah,
mean,
that's a good point.
they are, yeah, they're doing a lot of scrimming and stuff.
So
I'm
yeah, I mean,
just,
you can imagine like the beginning of the season, you have like the meta like the automaton and the what was the other one?
Volk.
MP40.
MP40.
Well,
Now
MP40
it's
is
a
the size
Volk,
of G, but a Volk is like, you can use Volk at any range, I feel like.
and
Yeah,
now it's the Volk. I think that's part of what they're also doing with this month break.
Balancing.
and that's
Yeah.
how it
Yeah.
is with like esport titles is they play on the first patch or whatever patch that they actually start the CDL, whatever league it is, until they complete an entire major as like a checkpoint. Then they'll
Hmm.
update like at that point 3-4 updates into the future, and so
I
it's
did
just
not
like
know that.
super jarring because they're
Yeah.
playing on such an old patch. They can't do any like pubs or stuff because it's gonna be all completely different.
Here's a question. In I think it was either Black Ops 3 or Black Ops 4. they had a bunch of DLC weapons. Do you think if they had CDL in both of those games, right?
Which games?
Black Ops 3 and 4?
Well, that
Yeah,
was
yep.
CWL then.
CWL is the Call of Duty World League.
Do you
At
think
that
they
point.
restricted weapons back then?
For sure.
Yeah, I
sure.
would think.
I would think shotguns were banned at that point.
Like
'Cause
any,
there's the
they could come
VMP.
together and yeah, just ban stuff if they
Or
wanted to.
GAs, yeah.
Yeah.
Like the VMP, I think was added to Black Ops 4 when it was a Black Ops 3 weapon. You think
Yeah.
that was like restricted? I mean, it's just a submachine gun, but it's the best submachine gun in the game.
I
don't
feel
know,
like they
you
would
know?
probably make a consensus of like, is this thing too good? Like, is it gonna be? Not that they were thinking this because it's the future, but is it gonna be like MW19 where the only thing that
Right.
you run is MP5 and M4? Is it gonna be a gun like
And
that?
It could be a question of this game has no good features like Call of Duty Cold War, Black Ops Cold War, where they just took all the old maps and made that professional, made
Yeah.
the professional league off of those
Mm.
maps, which is bogus. I mean, love to see the old maps, but like we can't create more. Like, come on.
They just need to stick to their roots. I mean,
I know.
they just 3 lanes. I'll enjoy it.
Well,
Yeah.
they have how many years now to pump something out? So I mean,
And yet they'll still mess it up somehow.
Probably.
I hope not.
There
But,
was there was an interview I think that Swag had with a dev talking about like competitive Warzone and like map game development.
You got to
They're like,
fix
oh,
so much stuff before you do that.
They were
Make
like,
the
oh yeah,
Warzone map 3 lanes.
no, like actual competitive kill races. Like they'll put you up against a different squad and you are all doing a kill race.
Like you can load in like from the launcher and do
Yeah.
that. That's that's sick. I'd be in it.
Almost
the
like
integrated
Z-League, but in the game.
the integrated like
It's-
CDL stuff from World War II, like that's what you have to do, like the game battles, but make it
Yeah.
still their own because game battles is all right, but it bugs out too much. Make
Yeah.
it their
Right.
own, but yeah, have it just be like, you versus that team, launch in, done.
Yeah. If
Simple
you
as
could
that.
hop in to a Warzone game and have some sort of league or ranked play through it, oh, that'd be so fun.
Because
And
yeah,
then
when
on
we
top
did
of
Z
that-
League, like that was like that's actually a good system. I hope they have to
Why
do
did-
it like that
Why did we stop playing Z League? I want
because
no, don't give me that was
No.
a rhetorical question.
yeah,
I want to meet
I'm
up
gonna
this
answer.
week. This week, the 3 of us hop in a rebirth, and we win the thing. Hands down, we win the thing.
I
Come
could
on.
see Rebirth,
Who's in?
but
Who's in?
no shot doing Caldera.
There's
just
so
saying.
many people that are
Wednesday
more
night.
better than us.
Wednesday night. Who's in?
Oof.
Raise your
There's-
hand.
Wednesday night.
I'm in, but it's like
People on Spotify, they're both raising their hands.
Yeah.
The thing is, there's so many more people that are better than us. Like that, I have a clip on my PC, and Frankie witnessed it. I was getting my ankles broken, and if I didn't land a throwing knife, I would have died. He would have embarrassed me, and I would have been on his
There-
TikTok.
Yeah, but that's
That's
like
only
the
better with you
1% when
with that attitude.
SBMM kicks in for us. Like usually we stomp
Hey,
every single game that we play.
Ryan, you have 2 burner accounts. Let's use those.
There you go. Up on the
Yeah, I'm
burners.
pretty sure
we're
that's
gonna cut
against the
out-
rules, but
We're gonna cut out that last second. Anyway, no, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. Hey,
Um,
Ryan did
I
get banned.
I just want to say before we go into
We'll talk about
Ryan's
it.
story, just for the CDL like standings where it's at right now, FaZe is number 1 at 180 points, Optics number 2 at 165, and then Royal Ravens at 130 at 3rd place. So
Can I just say that there are so many sleeper teams that are high up on the rankings so far this year? Like
yeah,
we looked at the rosters at the beginning of the
The
season.
LA
we saw
Gorillas.
LA Gorillas, Seattle Surge, and we looked at those rosters and like, well, these are actually really good teams and they're built really well. And it's good to see that those teams finally getting a good spotlight. And FaZe still on top, been to both finals of both majors, and that's the thing too. Major 2, FaZe didn't lose one game until they got to the final.
Mm.
And they lose in the finals, but there's no, reconciliation for that. There's no losers or anything. So I don't know. Did you talk about that then? But FaZe still on top. Hate to see it. I would say a sleeper, not a sleeper, a surprise is NYSL being so bad this year.
real bad.
yes,
With
so bad.
Ryan's favorite team, quote unquote.
I like their
pick up-
colors.
Yeah, I know. You pick up Krim, and you have Krim and Clay back together, and you drop Clayster because he's cheeks. Like, what happened there?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Newt Neptune, one of the best rookies in the league last year. Hydra, one of the best subs in the league last year.
That just
Paul
makes
X,
it even more funny, the Optic merger, and
yeah.
how you have something like that go down and you don't have
If
like Krim go with.
if there's one person I want to see get the brunt end of that merger, it's Krim. You know,
See, we have our
like
differences on Krim. I still like him as a person. Um but like I'm fine seeing him lose because I want to see Optic win. If he was on Optic, then all the better to him.
I mean,
But at
he
this
would have to
point,
be
no
considered
shot
the
I'd
GOAT, right?
trade anybody on Optic.
No, you don't change that
Mm-mm.
roster one bit. And Krim's won so many world championships. Like, it's I think it's unmatched
Not
when
as
it comes
much
to
as
him.
Scumpy.
No, I think he has
No.
more titles than Scump,
Yeah.
Does
but
he?
yeah, but Scump
Didn't
is still the king.
didn't Scump get like some award that, or like some sort of social media thing where it was
Formal.
like, oh, he's won this many championships.
He's won a lot of chips, like
He
just
won the
like
World Series of Warzone.
yeah, that too. Just
Yeah.
like I don't know what it's ranked off at, but like the divisional title or whatever, he's won a lot of those.
Yeah,
So he's
yeah,
definitely
that's true.
that's why he's like the king and he's insane. But like yeah, like Karma, Formal, they have more rings than him.
You know, um, I love how Scump, is regarded the king, and then when him and Envoy were on Optic together, they titled Envoy the Prince.
Mm.
Under Scump, and he goes to Thieves, and now he's the Dark Prince. It's kind of funny how those names change like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's talk about Ryan's quote unquote. I called it this. His Call of Duty ban. What happened, Ryan?
It was okay. So one night we were like, okay, yeah, we could play some games for a little bit. So then we decided on playing some Resurgence. So we hop on. Frank and Keaton are in a lobby. I'm like, guys, I can't like log in. It's not letting me log in. It's asking me to verify like my account through like my number or something. I'm like, why would they be free to go through? And they're like, yeah, let me verify this random account. So the whole issue is the number logged into my account was not my number.
Your old phone number, we think.
We think.
We think,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it was like, okay, can't change it because for some reason the number's being like the code to change it is being sent to the number I want to change because I don't know the number. Um yeah, so I basically had to contact support and they were like, "Oh yeah, we could fix this." Didn't even ask for more clarification on if it was my account or not, by the way. We're just like, I'm going to
Hey,
pull up the
Val.net,
email.
nice. Just
I'm
good
gonna
You know,
job.
it is so scary to know that I didn't need to give any more information than I did.
My account feels
it's
so
so
safe.
funny.
Thank you guys.
It's so funny to me, the idea of you like trying to get all these confirmation texts and all the messages going to your old number. Whoever has it now, and their phone's just blowing up with all these Call of Duty messages, and it's like just some old grandma or something.
What the heck?
Who's Call of Duty?
Am I getting recruited? Oh my gosh.
No, but the exact email, right? Says, "Hi Ryan, my name is Game Master Taisamia, and I'm writing you about the
Hmm.
SMS protection, and I really appreciate your patience. I've just removed the mobile number linked to the Battle.net account, so now you can set up a new one." They didn't even ask for anything
Yo,
else. They're like, "Yeah, this photo looks right.
the
I'll
person
just."
had the person who took your account was completely hacked in, and they responded to your email. They were just trolling you, and they just gave it right back,
They're like, yeah,
and
yeah,
they're
you
gonna
got it
take it
back.
again tomorrow.
But on top of that, I actually got locked out of my Twitter account.
So
What
yeah,
did
you're
you
just
do?
getting hacked. Nice.
What did you do?
So okay, I first changed my handle to Snapperdoodleo, right? And I saw that my birth date was January 21st, 2000. I'm like, well, that's not right.
That's incorrect.
So I changed it to January 21st, 2002. So I'm still like old enough to be on the app, right? And it says that I must be at least 13 years old.
You know what it probably is that when you made it, you were lying about your age. So then when you changed it, to your actual birthday, it says, oh, when he made this, he was
Yeah.
not that old, so it remembers that, and now you're gonna have to wait however long you had Twitter until you would be that age. You have to wait another 2 years until you're back in
I
that
joined
account.
Twitter in 2013.
So in 2013, yeah, so they thought you
Yeah.
lied about being 13, but still, you should be in because 2002, it'd be 2015. You were 13. You should be allowed to be in.
That's how
Yeah.
it was with like any account though. Like I remember making like
Yeah.
a YouTube account, making like Twitch
Oh,
account,
you and I lied
any
every time.
PSN thing. It was
Yep.
born in 1974 or something. Just like throwing a random number, baby. It works.
Yeah. Maybe
On
that's
top
why we
of
never got
that,
famous because our algorithm was off because we were
Right.
You
39.
guys are like 50. What the heck?
Yeah.
the YouTube algorithm's just like, hey, let's recommend these guys to other 39-year-olds, and then it's like,
Yeah, straight up.
oh.
Ah,
Um,
what?
on top of that, this is sort of out of left field, not marked down, but Tommy Innit had a stream today. If you know who he is,
Oh yeah, we know him.
Minecrafter, cool guy, turned 18 today.
Friend of the Sidemen.
Friend of the Sidemen, or enemy of the Sidemen.
Or enemy, considering how you look at him.
That's
Yeah.
true.
He also had his merch drop today, and I was very split on if I should get some or not, right?
Don't
'Cause-
make the 18-year-old more rich than he already is.
Because listen, on one hand, he literally has in one of the descriptions of his clothing line, like, wear this if you're okay with being bullied.
What does that mean?
He is such a okay. You think about a YouTuber who is making videos for, I would say, a younger audience, right?
Yeah.
And then you have a 20-year-old who watches this said YouTuber, and I think he's funny, so I want to support him, right?
Yeah.
I got a sweater from the website, and it says his name right on it. So people are gonna be like, "How old are you, man? You wearing a Tommy Innit shirt?"
Then you clock
oh,
him
you
one.
want-
There you
I'm
go.
like,
Yeah, you clock.
"You want to see my age? I can hit you that
Yeah.
many times."
You okay with bullying, kid?
Yeah.
Who's punching who now?
Yeah,
So
that's
it's
the
like-
disclaimer on the website. You can
Yeah.
bully people if you wear this.
No, but the thing is I was very iffy on getting it just because of the repercussion I might get. So it's like, dude, I support the guy. He's funny.
You were iffy in it.
Iffy in it. Yeah, it's
Mm.
British
Nice,
lingo.
Come on. I needed a
Yeah,
bigger
that
reaction
was
than that.
clap, clap. There
Hey,
you
you
go.
want to hear a joke my mom told me today?
Yeah, let's hear it. Hmm.
How much does Tom Brady pay to get his ears pierced?
$2.
A buck an ear.
A buck an ear.
Ah.
Oh, I was close. I was close.
Wow. Look at that.
Nice. I got
Yeah,
another one too.
You want to hear another one? I got one.
Go ahead.
You think trees poop?
Yes.
Well, they must poop because number 2 pencils are a thing.
Bro.
That's good, huh?
I
That's good.
didn't like that one.
Oh, okay.
Where did you,
Alright, my
where'd you
bad.
find that one, Ryan?
I made that one.
I don't think you did.
Shoot, he
No,
caught me.
see, I wouldn't be surprised if you made that one.
I wouldn't be surprised if you made that one.
No.
No.
Hmm.
Ryan, we've been trying to talk about this for like 2 weeks now. There's a new Harry Potter film coming out.
Yeah.
It's a Fantastic Beasts third run at the attempt to get that franchise going. I have not seen any of the Fantastic Beasts movies.
Me neither.
I know this one has Dumbledore in it.
Yes.
I know that Grindelwald got recast because of Amber Heard. Shout out, but don't like you.
I'm kind
We
of
can talk
confused
about
about
that.
the whole Fantastic Beasts thing. Because
Yeah,
I
why?
haven't watched any of them either. So it's like for sure after all the Harry Potter stuff, right? Or no?
Before.
It's before?
Before.
It's-
So this
so
is
it's almost like the
1900s, isn't
origin
it?
story.
so this
Hey,
is gonna be like
consultant.
Dumbledore, like him young then. Yeah?
I have to ask my consultant when do the Fantastic Beast movies take place? I think he is young. He appears young in the trailers,
Okay.
like 1920s.
Okay.
I think my personal assistant's gonna get back to me.
Because
Is it
I haven't even
1926,
I haven't
guys.
even watched like
1926.
okay. Because I haven't even watched a trailer for it, so I didn't know if maybe it was gonna be like digging into Dumbledore stuff like I thought it was still post Harry Potter stuff,
Yeah.
so I didn't know if maybe trying to like
That's what I
find
thought
stuff out,
too.
but that makes
Yeah,
more sense.
yeah. I
Is
have
it?
never been a fan. I probably won't be a fan.
I have a question. Is it
Yeah.
canon that the names of the houses were created from different students that were that
Do you
went to
want
the
me to
school?
ask my personal consultant?
Yeah.
They were like the
The boys here
founders
at
of it or
Glimpse
something.
have a question, and the question is it canon that the Hogwarts houses were made from actual students that went there? Here she's answering.
Because that's
They were
that.
made from the founders of the
Yeah.
school.
That's what I. Yeah. Okay. I was
Yes,
close.
the founders of the school created the houses.
So if it's post or pre Harry Potter stuff
Yeah.
in the trailer, okay, then it makes sense because I thought it was. I don't know why I thought it was like the first ever creation of the actual school, because
Sure.
in the trailer itself, the guy goes, "Oh, 5 points to Hufflepuff." So it's like I'm thinking that
Said
doesn't make any
nobody
sense.
ever.
Mm.
Nobody ever said 5 points to Hufflepuff.
Yeah, that makes no. No. Yeah.
Hey, just shout out, something I'm up to right now. I'm gonna play right now in Green Bay. I would like to personally invite both of you to come see that play in May. Who's driving to Green Bay to come see me?
May what date? Question mark.
It runs May 13th through the 22nd.
Let me check
I
my
can send you the
schedule.
link. Ryan, we both know you do nothing.
13th to the 22nd.
Yes, you could bring the entire Wall of family plus Ryan.
Yes.
and then you just you can bring Ryan's parents too, and everybody can just cram into your one minivan.
Let's go.
Is it like Friday through Sunday shows or what?
And it's Friday through Sunday, and then the following weekend is also Friday through Sunday. I'm pretty sure actually the first weekend is Friday, Saturday, and then the second weekend is Friday through Sunday. Thoughts?
It might be a little iffy because the first
friend.
week is finals week. Second week
Fake friend.
might be the week that we fly out to see Eli. So,
Fake friend.
I'm just saying.
Fake friend.
I'll start walking.
Fake friend.
Ryan will start walking.
I'll start walking.
Ryan, just
Yeah, you should start
get
now,
on
I
a
think.
shuttle.
A show?
Yeah.
A shuttle.
Shuttle.
Oh, I was gonna say, what kind of show?
Or Ryan, you're talking about biking. Bike there.
No, bike
Hey,
there.
yeah, Ryan, start. Do you have a bike?
Yeah, I got a bike. Hurts
Okay.
my butt though. I need a new seat.
Yeah, I can help you with that. I'll just grab Keith's face.
Oh,
Okay. Hold up.
oh, whoa.
Yeah.
I was thinking, guys,
Yeah.
we could go around.
He's
believe it or
thinking
not,
already. He's
I
thinking.
was thinking. We go around and we name one of our favorite things ever. Because I don't know if we've talked about this on here.
One of our favorite things ever.
Just like anything.
Favorite video game of all
Oh,
time.
video game.
We've
Oh,
talked about this, I think personally, but I don't think we talked about it on here.
my God. Wow. That's like a really open question.
I
I
think
know.
we
After
have.
this, I have
Oh
another
no.
topic.
One time we talked about like what game do we like randomly go back to. I remember that conversation.
Yeah.
I would say my favorite game, like if favorite game overall, the only game I could ever play, probably be Borderlands 2. And I'd leave it at that.
I knew you were going to say that. Believe it or not. Ruron, what are you thinking?
Just one?
Just one.
Just
If
one.
if I could play the one game for the rest of my life, what would it be?
Yep.
Oh man. See, okay, in my head I got two games.
Well, you
Let
can
us
only pick
know.
one, dude.
Oh
You can only
come
pick one, dude.
on. This is gonna be okay. I like the NES Super Mario.
Mm.
That one I think I would play for the rest of the time.
There's an option right there. There you go.
That
feel like-
one I just have all the memories on going home from school and playing it, and
Yeah.
it was a very fun game.
I think it'd have to be Madden for me.
I
You know?
was in my head. Because I was debating what yours was gonna be. Because I'm like, Frank plays a lot of Madden, so I could definitely see
Yeah.
that. I was thinking, well, and my reason to back that was also like me and Ryan aren't gonna pick COD as like the only game you'd play because
Right,
that
right.
would kind of suck playing that one COD. So I knew you probably wouldn't pick COD either because then there'd be no one to play with. So you probably
Yeah.
wouldn't have him.
Yeah,
Can you
Madden, I
imagine?
feel like it's always going to change. It's always changing. You can do so many
Can
different things.
Can you imagine having the only game that you could play ever is COD, and like you're the only one on the servers?
You're just playing by
In
yourself
You're
in
just
in
a
playing
queue
COD.
against
time.
bots,
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
and then
You're in the queue time.
randomly you get queued up with someone. It's just oh,
Yeah.
There's someone else.
Like it slowly builds a war zone lobby of 150 people, and it's one by one. It's like one person an hour.
Yeah.
it's like the old Call of Duty days where it's like if you don't have more than 4 people, it just says matched player, so you can't even invite them to create a
Yeah.
party. It's just
Yeah.
oh, we're here, but
Who are you?
who are you?
There's a big game that just came out. Everybody's playing it, guys. We played it when we were kids. Lego Star Wars.
Oh. Oh yeah.
Taking over the universe right now. Has anybody seen any gameplay of this yet?
Madeline got it on her
I haven't-
Switch.
Oh, really?
I have never played a Lego game.
I've
You're a
played.
bot. You're a bot. Leave. Can't,
Wait, you haven't played
something
like not even the Star like you haven't played Star
Not
Wars,
a
of course, but
single-
not any of the Lego
in
ones.
this
Not a
Discord call
single Lego game.
has never played a Lego game. The
All I
Lego
know
games are
is
so
that
good.
I have the
'Cause-
sound of the bricks being built, but in my head, but that's about
So I
it.
remember playing the first Batman one, Indiana Jones. That is one of the highest Lego
Banger.
games I put up
Banger.
there for sure.
Like
and
Frankie
then
showed me a TikTok of the Lego game, and he goes, "This looks so
That's not even
freaking
a Lego
good."
game. That's not even the Lego game. I sent Ryan a TikTok of like Battlefront. Have you seen like Battlefront?
Yeah.
You seen the Star Wars Battlefront game?
yeah,
But it was like the people you're playing with, like your Lego clones against Lego droids. Like your body is a Lego. Everything is
Mhm.
Lego, but it's like Battlefront. It was so cool. I don't know what game that's called, but I'd be so down to play it.
Battlefront 2.
I
So
played
That's a
that.
banger.
But,
I think I played that on stream, actually. That was like my first stream that ever blew up. I think somebody rated me on YouTube.
On
There you go.
Battlefront 2,
Yeah.
that game was like PS2 times.
Oh, wait. No,
Well,
it
they
was
made a
some
new
Star
one.
Wars game.
They made a new one, but the
Oh.
original
They're all
Battlefront
the
2 is so
freaking
good.
same, dude.
The second one is good too. Like the reboots are good. I played Lego Pirates of the Caribbean.
Mm.
You said Lego Indiana Jones, Lego Batman, Lego Star Wars is so good. Lego Lord of the Rings, man, I could go on and on about the Lego games, but the new Lego Star Wars is so funny. Like they have like all the like cultural memes in there of their characters.
Would you recommend
So
it?
good, 100%. I haven't played it
There's
yet. It's like $70. I don't really
Oh
want to
my!
be spending that.
Is it
but
actually?
It's $60 for the deluxe, and it's 50 without the deluxe. And the deluxe has like I think 3 DLCs or something
The
like that.
Skywalker saga?
Yep, that's
Yeah, it's
it.
$50.
And
50.
like that's supposed to include like every single movie.
Mm-hmm.
I remember playing whatever Lego Star Wars on the Wii. That was every movie at that time, and like that was a blast. Just like playing all those
Dang.
levels, so many levels, so much stuff to do. So like especially now that you get all those and the new ones for $50, like there's gonna be so much stuff you gotta do.
And the old ones are like remastered. Like they're a
Yeah.
little different.
Yeah,
And
so
who
that'd be so
remember,
dope.
you remember the like the podcast rate or the speed what
Speed
what's
racers or
yes, the
whatever it is,
pod
pod
racers.
racing, yeah.
The old pod racers
Dude, I
level
hated that level,
was
but at the
so
same time, I
bad. And
loved
then
it.
there was a level in episode 2 where you had to fly like the clone gunship through the Geonosian desert or whatever. Gosh,
Why do
those
I
are the
remember
worst.
that? But I don't think I've ever played one.
I honestly think
You're
they're
like
You'll-
you're in a cavern almost.
no, well, maybe kind
You'd
of.
probably, I don't know. I think those pop up as memes a lot, especially the pod racing. So maybe you've seen it from that.
Yeah,
There was a
so hard to
TikTok.
beat.
There was an old TikTok trend. It was like taking the idea of any Lego game and they just put it on a game that shouldn't be Legoized. How do you even say that? Legoized?
We could make up a word right now. And
Dude, that's the
Legoified.
word. Legoified.
Legofied.
There you go.
Like Grand Theft Auto 5. They take that and somebody animates it, right? In Lego version.
If you could
And
make Lego Grand Theft Auto, I'd
That
play it
honestly be
every
pretty
day.
cool. Not even gonna lie.
there
Yeah.
was also like Lego Red Dead Redemption, stuff like that. It was just a weird trend
Lego
at the time.
Skyrim would be dope.
Yes, it would.
This is the
Make-
starting intro. Oh, you're awake.
Make
Yes.
like a Lego Fall Guys or Lego Crab game, like a game like that, but it's
Yeah,
Lego.
just like a party-ish game, Lego party-ish
Yeah.
something. That'd
Yeah.
be
Lego
that'd be pretty
Mario
dope.
Party. Whew.
Yeah.
What
That'd
a,
be fun.
All
I don't
right.
know how that would
Lego
work,
Mario
but
Kart.
I don't know if you guys have anything else to talk about. We got a couple minutes here. Otherwise, I think we're gonna have to wrap
Yeah,
this
where
up.
are we at on time? Ryan?
46.
Oh my gosh, we're at 46 minutes already.
Yeah.
We're well over quota. Anybody else got anything for the good of the whole? Or are we gonna send them off?
I
for
think
the
we're gonna
week?
send this one off.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us. If you guys did enjoy the podcast this week, do leave a like, comment, and give us a little subscription. Follow us on Spotify, iTunes. Give us a rating. Give us 100%, 5 stars. Give us a comment. Anything, we'll take
5
it.
stars.
That being said, we do hope you have a great week. It's been a joy to join you from my basement rather than my setup.
yeah.
But like we said, a lot of great changes, a lot of things coming your way. Get excited because we're not going anywhere. Keaton, Franklin, Ryan, have a great week. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.